Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of Joe Boo's day job. So we're back here working on the efficiency apartment, the guest suite, whatever you want to call it. And what we're doing is we're setting this up for a little bit of privacy. Now we have the stairway that goes up here. We need to paint all that and so forth. There are 3 bedrooms that are down on this level, and we have the loft. So what we're doing is, since we're fortunate enough that we actually have a separate entranceway here, we're going to go ahead and section this off. So what we're actually doing is, we've got a very narrow hallway here, but we're going to put a 28-inch door here. And in case in the future we do want to take this apart, we're making this so that we could always take it down. And so what we're doing is, because there is a lot of wood that's in here, I've gotten some paneling boards that are right here, and we've just varnished those for now. And you can see the thing is, things color. So this, of course, is very, very light because it's just been done. This has been here for 60 years, and of course it's gotten darker. That's been there for about 10 years, and you can see that that's beginning to get a patina to it. So eventually it will age and color somewhat. But basically what we're doing is we're putting a cleat at the bottom. We're attaching a little block in here to support these in the middle, and we're attaching at the top. And so that way we'll be able to come all the way down here, and we'll end up putting our door frame right in here. In the future, if we ever want to take it out, we can do that, but it gives us a wall. And instead of ripping out the railings and framing it up, the drywall, the dust and everything else, this will save a whole lot of time, and we'll still kind of go with the look of the house. Now, the only problem is finding a door that matches. So unfortunately, the door we have is actually a 6-panel door that is painted, but it'll be okay. And I think the homeowner is going to end up putting in a piece of furniture here, and they'll be able to keep that door closed, or in the future, if they want to be able to use the door. It gives you functionality as well as privacy. So that's what we're working on today. I do need to go get a piece of oak so that way I can finish carrying this on through. I'll round over the edges and things on there so it'll match, and it can be a permanent piece to go in there, and then that way I can finish bringing all of this down here to make the wall. The only other problem I have is I want to put as big a door as possible, and I have 31 inches of space here. So basically, once I make this wall, the door frame is going to attach this side on here, and the other side we'll put a 1x3 on here to attach the other side. So it's not a lot of space as far as the framing goes, but it'll be okay because it's basically just a simple door. It's not going to be used very often. More than likely, it'll actually just sit open. All right, so you can see what we've got here. You know, we've got the paneling. Great thing is this is actually real wood paneling. It's tongue and groove, so I can just slide each of these pieces in here, and it actually now becomes kind of like a feature wall. This will be great because she'll be able to put a piece of artwork and stuff on there. We did end up putting on that picture light, so that way she has lighting and stuff in the hallway, because the light fixture that's here will of course be inside the landing here at the hallway. So we wanted to be able to illuminate the space better, and it's great because it actually works good with the picture. But when you look at this, and that paneling will carry across the top here with the door that goes in here. So I think it's going to look pretty good and make it functional, so that way you have privacy with whoever goes upstairs in your guest suite, because this is actually a bedroom right there. All right, so check it out. We have a door here. We're going to make some molding to match this, and we also have some of the 1xs on here that are varnished and wet that'll go across the top, so that way this will all be the same. And you can see how the lighting here actually helps to go ahead and illuminate this space. Light switch right there. It's really dark without it, but it's nice in here. And of course, it's got a lock on there that can lead you right upstairs or right outside. Yay! So we're gonna finish plastering up the last places, and I've got, of course, do the same thing over here with the boards and our trim piece that'll go here. That'll lock it all together. The good thing about this is your hands still fit on the railing right there to be able to get up. And we're over in here, we're spackling up, and we're coming down the home stretch. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have the whole place painted. Yay! What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate y'all. So, a little bit more of an update. We are getting closer and closer to being finished. We've literally just gone through and painted the whole space here. It's backled up all the holes and stuff on the walls and things. We've got a touch up here. We got some nail holes and stuff on here, but painting the trim makes this look so much better. Getting in here, I do need to cut my holes here because I'm going to put an outlet here and here because the original electrical were ungrounded outlets, and so I've run new circuits, and there was not one over here. There used to be extension cords that were run up underneath the threshold here that are definitely a fire hazard. So while we're here, we're fixing things. Now, you might remember when we first started, we had the access to get to this space in here through these knee walls behind where the cabinets are. So we created a new one right here. I'm going to make the door out of, I'm just going to use one of those glued up pine panels, cut that down, make that the door for it, so it'll be great. And you can see we've already got one of our outlets right here put in, and we've got rid of some of the stuff now. The bed, we've got sheets on here that are throwaways, so this has been kind of like our workspace. The king size bed is actually going to stay in here, as well as the nightstands and stuff. And painting the trim is really cleaned it up. We painted the door and the door frame with the semi-gloss, brightens it up, and you can see how nice the window looks in there. It's not a big space, as we've said all along, but it is going to be a very, very functional space. The windowsill here, I can envision having some plants sitting in here because this gets light almost all day long. I love the medicine cabinet because, you know, again, it changes colors for you. We've got our exhaust fan and ceiling light in here. And since we ended up having a problem where we were cooking when we first started working on this because the insulation from the roof had fallen down in there. And we had the old windows that were in here that they just did not insulate very well. Well, the good news is it's about 28 degrees outside and windy, and you don't feel any air infiltrating at all. The temperature is nice and consistent, and the space has come a long ways from where it was before. I'm digging my shower in here. Not a very big shower, but you know what? I could get in here and get clean. Our toilet's right here. The stand was actually out there, but this will be a good stand to be able to put towels and stuff on here to, you know, keep your stuff up. We've got towel racks and coat hooks and toilet paper roll holders that we'll be mounting and putting up here tomorrow. And you can see how nice the door looks now that it's painted with the semi-gloss. So coming through here, it's now a matter of kind of cleaning up. We've got our light that's up underneath there. Let's take a look at this without. We do need to touch up. We got to finish touching up the paint here. But you've got plenty of light here on the countertop. You could go ahead and put like an air fryer either over here or use it over there. We're going to make the drawers for the cabinets, and we do need to paint the cabinets out here. And we have our induction 2-burner top to go here, and our butcher block pieces, and our full microwave that exhausts outside. So if they're doing some cooking, you won't smell it downstairs, and it'll be able to vent outside. So all of these things, it's kind of small, but I think it's kind of like a modern kitchen. And for most people, most young people, if you have your kids and stuff that are living with you, this would be a good space to be able to say, okay, my kids are living with me. They can pay a little rent and they can have their own space. And as we put it, let me show you. Let me turn off the lights here. Turn off the lights there and show you how this is definitely a private space. Turn off the lights there. And do I have my key? I got my keys. Grab my battery. Now, again, this is like you're going into the cave because this is like, this is the roof line actually right here. But you see, you've got the stairway right here. There's a doorway that takes you out to the front porch. And we built the wall. It's going down. We're going down for real. So we've got our wall, and we've just painted the stairway here. But we've got this wall here that separates it from the rest of the house, and you have a door that goes in there. So it's definitely an extra space. It's like a bonus, where you can have somebody else in your house, and say you've got your privacy, you've got your own entranceway, but they're still close enough that they can be there to help. And of course, we have a door. So that leads to the suite upstairs. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you soon.